Woke feminism presents an alluring concept of absolving oneself from any responsibility while attributing all negativity to men. But let's think about it. Why would men who willingly embrace traditional masculine roles desire to be with women who refuse to fulfill any roles, especially those traditionally associated with femininity? Woke women advocate for selective equality, aspiring to become CEOs without exerting the same level of effort that men in similar positions have traditionally put in. They advocate for equality while simultaneously seeking special treatment. One of the detrimental aspects of feminism is that it deceives women about what men should desire, instead of focusing on understanding and fulfilling those desires. This misalignment hinders feminist chances of finding a partner and getting married, as it creates cognitive dissonance. Indeed, this is a thought-provoking observation that illuminates the mindset of contemporary woke women. This encapsulates the essence of feminism concisely. It appears that woke women desire to have everything, including indulging in luxury and extravagance like Dom Perignon and caviar, while expecting someone else, typically a man, to cover the expenses. They freely spend on themselves, go out with friends using someone else's credit card, and end up elsewhere rather than with their partner, expecting not just acceptance, but also happiness and support. Given all of these behaviors, it is almost astonishing that woke women today are perplexed as to why men do not want to be with them, date them, or help them in any form or way. There is a fine line between liberalism and feminism, and that line has become blurred to the point where woke feminism now represents selective equality. This means that women desire men who can be their lifelong servants, tirelessly working to provide for them without expecting anything in return. Meanwhile, these women freely spend the man's resources and pursue their own corporate careers. In essence, when a man enters into a marriage with a woke feminist, his personal freedom and happiness comes to an end. He is essentially entering into a contract to become a lifelong slave, where his choices are scrutinized, his words disregarded, and he is expected to fulfill every need of this woman without any reciprocation. It seems that women are starting to regret their involvement in feminism. Men have woken up and decided to offer equal rights and equal lefts. They are no longer accepting to be slaves of these woke and lost women in any way, regardless of whether they are stuck and just need a little help.
This is from the New York Times. This is from about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
As a woman was raped, train riders failed to intervene, police say. And this was just the first story I was able to pull up. About 5 years ago now, I think it was 5 years ago, I did a video on my main channel. Men are refusing to help women and children. It got millions of views. And it was just like this 15-minute thing of me talking about it. There were a handful of stories. One, a woman was on a train and some guy started getting in her face, schmoozing on her and being really aggressive, and no man would intervene. And then she was really angry and she was like, why wouldn't any man stand up for me? Well, there's a lot of reasons why they won't do it.
Let's talk about this, guys. Is it the fault of all men that woman was raped? Of course, no. It is one of the many consequences of what women have fought for so long: feminism and equality. Don't get me wrong, that rapist should be jailed for life. The point I am putting across is that the other men in that train were not interested because, according to the feminism Bible, men and women are equal in all human aspects. Therefore, that woman should have stood on her ground and fight the rapist. Complaining on the internet that men were not willing to help her won't do much. It is a sign that we are way past the age of men risking their lives and property to fight for a person who, under the law, is equally strong and capable. It is surprising that modern women are so dumb they can't even recognize their own mistakes and their consequences. The men in that train should serve as a lesson to you all out there. Fighting for these women will leave you hurt, broke, and no one is going to recognize your actions. We are equal in times of safety and in times of danger. Present-day woke women exhibit contradictory behavior. They desire a man who embodies traditional masculinity while seeking autonomy for themselves, the freedom to go clubbing whenever they please, and the ability to indulge their desires. They crave independence without sacrificing their own desires for their partner. They do not wish to serve or fully commit to their partner. Instead, they want to go clubbing to attract male attention and keep their options open for potentially higher status partners. They do not offer a wholehearted contribution to their partner in any particular aspect. If this is not entitlement, then what is? They are unwilling to compromise their morals and values, displaying a lack of respect for any decent man. Essentially, they desire a progressive man who allows them to do as they please in the relationship, while also desiring a strong, loyal, and masculine partner. They want to enjoy the benefits of both without making any sacrifices. Unfortunately for them, men have also adopted this mode of thinking and acting. Men are not willing to take these women seriously anymore, especially after they hit the wall and start complaining there are no good men. Men have rejected this BS, and regardless of how many problems these women encounter in their old age while lonely, no man will sacrifice his resources or himself to defend or help out financially. Actions have consequences. When she slept with all the famous people and athletes, she didn't know that they were never interested in her. Now that she realized that, it is too late for her, and the men are not interested in helping her out when hard times come knocking at the door.
Chivalry is dead, and women killed it. Men care about respect, and men don't want to be made out to be suckers. The likelihood that any one given first date even ends up becoming a second date is very small. Most first dates don't lead anywhere. Back 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago, you'd maybe go on like 3 first dates and then you're married. Now motherfuckers be going on 3 dates a week. I'm not going to adhere to my traditional gender roles with a woman that's not adhering to hers.
Men have begun to realize that women have embraced the idea of independence and self-sufficiency promoted by feminists. As a result, men have willingly chosen to withdraw their help and support. Chivalry and the notion of a prince rescuing a damsel in distress are now seen as outdated and irrelevant. Women are expected to handle various situations on their own, from changing a flat tire to defending themselves against sexual assault. While this may not be the ideal situation, it is what women supposedly wanted, so they must face the consequences of their choices. Men, on the other hand, will observe this unfolding situation from a distance. The hesitancy of some men to offer assistance to women can be attributed to the fear of being labeled as creepy. No man wants to be unjustly seen as a creep simply for trying to be a decent human being and providing help. Consequently, men choose to lean on the side of caution and refrain from offering any assistance at all. However, the notion of the creepy guy has become exaggerated and exaggerated. For instance, men are often accused of being creeps for merely looking at women in the gym to ensure their safety or well-being. This heightened sensitivity has resulted in men feeling hesitant to help, as even a glance can lead to accusations, social media shaming, and derogatory name-calling. It is essential to recognize that this discussion is not directed at any specific individual, but serves as a general commentary on the current climate. So here's the plan, guys. When women start struggling or hurting themselves, we're just going to let it happen. I'm glad that nobody intervened in these situations because I wouldn't have. It seems like the term creepy has become a convenient way for some women to describe any man they don't like in the past decade. In the past, women actually appreciated it when a man noticed them and found it charming when he paid them a compliment or asked them out. Maybe this whole concept of creep shaming is simply a result of a generational divide. But here's the thing. Why do some women feel entitled to only be approached by attractive men? It's just not fair. Why should guys be criticized for making a move? But let's be honest, if a guy values himself, he probably won't bother helping a damsel in distress. What do you think? Tell us down in the comments section below. Be sure to subscribe and activate the notifications bell. Remember to like and share the video, champs. Thanks for watching.